thought you weren't gonna leave me alone.
That's why I didn't go anywhere. Like, we're not officially started. We're just slightly started. No, it's still there.
It is.
I don't give a shit. I'll figure it out at some point in life.
Is it gonna be on the Spotify side?
I don't know. I don't listen to Spotify side. I only watch this show on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't watch the show on Spotify at all.
Huh.
Shout out to our Spotify numbers, by the way.
Right?
Shout out to
go
shout out to
us.
our Spotify numbers. How you doing? 1, 2.
Wait.
Oh, I'm listening.
No, wait.
Oh, let me turn this down anyway. There we go.
Theme song.
Oh shit. Yeah, we should probably do that, right?
Yeah, just before we get started.
Okay, theme song here. And we're back. Did I share this shit?
I don't know. I still can't see it. But you can start now.
Did I you can't see it anywhere? Oh, that's weird. Maybe you don't follow us.
I thought I did.
Who knows?
Do I need to follow us?
Yes, we need you to follow us.
We need everybody to follow us.
We need everybody to follow us. Like, subscribe, follow, all that shit. How you been, man?
I've been all right. I've had a slight series of unfortunate events happen the past couple days.
Really?
Yeah. San Antonio drivers kind of suck.
You got hit again?
Someone hit me and took off. Like, I was following all the road rules. Dominique was in the car with me. Next thing you know, this car just, like, skids. Like, they're trying to get over. And I don't know if they, like, underestimated how close I was or, like, underestimated how big their truck was. But they just came over, pulled my whole front bumper off on the other side. And then
at some point it's you though, right?
I'm thinking it's the car. Like, I went like at least 7 or 8 years with no even minor accidents.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've had 2 in less than 6 months.
Yeah. It's either the car or the driver. But go ahead.
I blame the car.
Okay.
And it always happens when I'm following all the road rules. Like, I drive somewhat recklessly sometimes, occasionally, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
But it never happens when I'm driving. Like, I could be on my phone. I don't remember how I got home. Nothing happens. Both hands 10 and 2, looking straight at the road.
I'm gonna need you
mirrors.
to not admit that you could be on your phone and not know how you got home, because that's never good, ever.
Sometimes I'm looking at the road and I don't remember how I got home.
Oh God.
And I'll be sober.
Oh God.
Disassociation. But nah, and then people at work were pissing me off, and my little brother upsetting me. It's been a lot.
Okay.
But I had a father-daughter date on Saturday.
Awesome.
Which was fantastic.
Awesome.
And then my dad went fishing and brought me back catfish.
Okay.
Because I love catfish. He doesn't like cleaning them, but I love catfish. So
That's a thing.
good things. How was your weekend?
Friday, I drove to Houston to take my son to see Rod Wave.
I don't know a single one of his songs.
I don't either. And I don't know a single one of his songs now either. So I drove to Houston, took my son to the Rod Wave concert. Good, bad, and ugly of Rod Wave's concert. the good. Venue was packed. He sold out the Toyota Center. Like it
Oh,
was.
shit.
It was. I mean,
He's got
hands
fans.
down, yeah. And the opening act was Mariah the Scientist and Tootsie. I'd never even heard of Tootsie, and so I'm like, okay. The bad is a weird bad, right? The bad is somewhere. Forgot to do this. Do that. Okay. The bad is so my son's mom bought the tickets. She bought the tickets so I could take them, right? And the bad was she loves my son a lot. So she got really good tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So could he see you not knowing the words?
Oh, they wasn't even worried about that. He knew how to know the words. But because she got good tickets, like we weren't on the floor. But floor seats are, to me, problematic. Because if you're too close to the stage, you're looking up, right, the whole time. But if you're too far back, then you
can't see.
Yeah, you can't see. So we were like in one of the first sections going up, like we were really good seats. But everybody in that section was Rod Wave fans. So like the bad is like, yo, they were having fun, and I was just like,
I'm here.
I am legit just here. And then the ugly, my opinion, I have heard Mariah the Scientist. I like her. She has a she has a good voice. Like I think she has a good voice. She sings ballads mostly, like heartbroken shit, right?
Okay.
The problem though is the DJ before the concert was playing like bangers, like
So just hella hype music.
Oh, like just hype song after hype song.
And she
where
came
the
in with a
crowd
ballad.
knows all the words. The song he played before she got on stage was "Love" by Keisha Cole, but he played it like with this really dope track under it. So the crowd is like just with it. And then he was like, yo, y'all give it up for Mariah the Scientist. And so she came out. She was like, Houston, how y'all doing? You know.
They're screaming.
Yeah, they all excited. And then no one knew any of her songs.
Aww.
Like she sung like 5-6 songs. And her biggest song, of course, she saved for last because that's what you're supposed to do, right? But the early songs, like, it was...
Everyone else was just there.
Yeah, like it was hit or miss, except for the dude in front of us who was there for every single artist.
Okay.
He was hype. He was singing her songs.
Like he saw the lineup and came for the lineup.
Yeah, he was like, yo, this is it. What else happened too that was wild, in my opinion, like, I don't go to concerts a lot. Like I don't do crowds, right? So what I saw was a lot of... usually, I guess if I go to a concert, the type of concert I go to is more of a couples concert. You know, like the last concert I went to was, I think that I can remember, was the One Fest it was a festival concert, but we went to see Jill Scott, right?
Okay.
And so.
Is that when you shot your shot?
No. I shot my shot well after that. Even though I went with a friend, like it was couples. Like couples go see Jill Scott.
True.
Or single women. At this concert, there were like cliques of dudes though, right?
Okay.
And I was like, is this the Rod? But when normally you see cliques of dudes at a concert, it's like at a Wu-Tang show, right? It's like at a show where niggas might fight. This wasn't a niggas fight show either. Like, Rod Wave is emotional as fuck. It's really emo rap.
Oh, see, I feel like I'd love it.
You might. It's real emo rap. Like, I'm like, yo. So, but all in all, my son had fun, and that's all that really matters. So we did a Rod Wave on Saturday, on Friday, and then Saturday we kind of hung out at the house. I don't think we did anything big Saturday. And then Sunday I came home. That was my weekend, man. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good weekend, though. It was a good week. I like going to Houston. I like my Houston family. They are, I told them this. I said, somewhere in the world, there's a, like, what do you call it? Like a scale, right? Of person lives at home alone, house is always quiet, and they love that. And then on this side of the scale, person lives like a family with children and house is always loud, and they love that.
It's a spectrum.
Right. And I'm like, yo, I'm more on this end of the spectrum, but I enjoy coming into y'all's chaos just for a little while to absorb this, and then I can go home.
Okay, it's like people who don't have kids who love kids.
Right. So
I can give you back.
So I tell them that, I say, hey, I enjoy coming and absorbing some of y'all's chaos and then going home, and they were both like, fuck you.
You don't tell people that their home is chaos.
Yo.
Even if it is.
They have mom, dad, 2 high school age boys, 2 6-year-old twins, or 1 6-year-old twins.
One set of 6-year-old twins.
Okay, a set of twins. Yeah, they got that. And then this huge ass dog, right?
So it's just a lot.
House is chaos as fuck. It at any given moment, there's never silence in the house.
Okay.
Ever. There's never silence in the house.
Like even when people are sleeping?
Even when people are sleeping, I'll say it. Anthony snores like a bear. And so does the dog.
Oh.
Right. So there is never silence in the house. Ever. And I'm like,
okay.
Yo. So we did that. I ended up hanging out with them Saturday. Came home Sunday. So, hold on. Before we get started, I got to tell you this part. They were adamant that we were doing church.
Oh, so you went to church.
Hold on. I was like, yo, I'm going to just leave while y'all at church. They was like, no. We all going to church as a family. I was like, I'm not going to church. I'm telling y'all now, I'm not going to church. Sunday morning, it was raining really hard in Houston. And so I got a text as part of a family group text that said, hey, it's raining, so we're not going to church. Everybody be downstairs at 9 o'clock. We're going to watch church on TV.
I feel like that's worse.
So everybody was downstairs at 9 o'clock.
Church in my home.
And we all watched their pastor do a sermon. I was like, oh, wow. So
what was the word, Paul?
Shit. He preached about Jesus turning water into wine. Yeah.
And how he may have had a problem?
How Jesus might have had a little issue.
It's like, so how often you be doing this, Jesus?
Right.
How did you figure out you could do this,
Right,
Jesus?
like, whoa. How did you know this was a thing? So,
and why haven't we marketed this?
Right. Why ain't we selling this? But yeah, man. I pseudo went to church on Sunday. Pseudo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you betrayed us. We're supposed to go together.
We're still going together. We're going to go as a show into a building. Can we go live in church?
I feel like there's nothing that says we can't.
I feel like there's nothing that says we can't either. We're going live in church.
HGG
We're going
live in church.
HGG live in church. It won't be. See,
HGG in the house.
January.
Of God.
So here's what I'm thinking. It has to be January 8th.
It can't be.
Oh shit. Is that a Sunday?
It is a Sunday.
Damn it.
I know.
I might have to cancel. I thought it was a Saturday.
Oh, you made plans?
We'll talk about that
Okay,
later. Inside shit. Man, welcome to the show. First and foremost, I said this last week, but you're here now. Last week, Rooster was here. Shout out to Rooster. I posted it on our HGG's Instagram page. Like, We did numbers last year, man.
Right?
Like we did.
People were listening.
People were listening. So shout out to y'all. We did numbers, and I was like, the fuck?
How we make it in the top shit?
No,
like,
I said the fuck.
You actually said the fuck.
I actually said the fuck. Shout out to Face. Yeah, I was like, okay, shit. So shout out to you. Shout out. I said this on the post, but shout out to you. Shout out to Nate, Face, Keith, Space Dragon, Rooster, me, anybody who's been here this year. You know. Yeah, it was a good year though. So like, shout out to y'all for real. It was weird because I'm looking at the numbers going, wait.
We did?
Like, how the fuck did we make top 10? Yeah.
Hey, we're great.
Hey, we are great. What's January 8th? We'll tell you about it later, Nate. I don't think you was
You're not
invited.
invited.
Oh shit. Yeah, so I think let's get started, man. Let's get started. Big story of the week. Let's talk about it because I think everybody has had their opinion on it, and I'm gonna be honest. My opinion on it has grown.
Okay.
Grown. So everybody knows this week, one day this week, Monday, Tuesday this week, Wednesday, some point this week. Brittany Griner, WNBA superstar, was released from prison in Russia in a prisoner swap where we gave them Victor Bolkovich. And so
Is that really his name?
hell no, I don't know the
Okay,
dude's
I was
name.
like just Russian.
Yeah, I just gave him
Ovich?
a Vich. So prisoner swap, we gave them a convicted arms dealer, and in exchange, we got a WNBA player. Go.
So someone posted on Facebook that if you said you're happy Brittany Griner is free, but your mom's a hoe,
I did say that.
and my mom's a hoe, apparently, allegedly, according to Paul's Facebook post.
Side note, do you know how many people, you don't know, several
don't.
people inboxed me and was like, yo, okay, my mom was a hoe. Is how they started the conversation. And I'm like, damn it. How about you defend your mama first?
Nah, like, because if it's a if-then statement, and I've like,
Yeah.
and if this, then. So no, I think, like, I'm real happy. Like, I'm happy she's home. I'm happy her wife gets her back. I felt like Russia was some bitches for, not for exactly, like, following their own laws and convicting her, but thank you, Nate. You're so sweet.
You want some more cigars?
Oh, next year? Next year. But, anyways, like, I'm mad at the severity of her sentence because I felt like it was a fuck you to the U.S. What you gonna do? And the U.S., instead of going there with black ops and saying we don't negotiate with terrorists, was like, okay, you can have what you want. And I don't think it was a fair trade.
I used to, initially I thought that. Initially, that was the thought that I had, and I started doing a little bit more reading and research. That's a lie. I started watching some more TikToks.
Okay. That's research.
So initially, I was on the same, like, this trade doesn't seem fair. And I don't know that the trade was fair, but here's where I understand chess, not checkers, right? Like, they wanted this guy back. And several Americans, since they had him in prison, several Americans have been caught with marijuana in Russia. But those Americans weren't Brittany Griner, right? Like, so in this space, you're just waiting to catch one. And boom, you caught one. And the one you caught was a good one. Like, you was like, yo, not only is she a high-profile WNBA player, she might be the absolute best WNBA player in the game right now. So we got one. Like, so it made sense from Russia's perspective to give her 9 years. Because
Okay.
had they given her probation, you have nothing to leverage with now.
Okay, makes
So
sense.
so you, from Russia's perspective, nah, throw the book at
They
her.
hit the jackpot.
Yeah, like throw the book at her and make America negotiate to get her back. America has something we want. Make America negotiate to get her back. So from that perspective, I'm like, yo, Russia was right in what they did, but I think America was right too. I've gotten conflicting numbers, so y'all can Google this shit. I don't give a shit. But Whelan had served, if I'm not mistaken, the majority of his sentence. So he only had 6 more years left in prison. So when you look at that aspect of it, what we exchanged was 9 years for her versus 6 years for him. So we did win, because she would have sat there for 9 years versus.
And he would have been out. She still would have been in.
Right. So from that perspective, there was a win. And also, I started hearing rumblings about the other guy, right? And the other guy that's over there's another American over there who I'm hearing conflicting stories, because he was a Marine. I heard that he may have been kicked out of the Marines. That's what I heard. I didn't do no research. Y'all can look that shit up. But here's the crazy thing about it. I was like, yo, the only spies that I know are Jason Bourne and and Ethan Hunt. And neither of them would have been caught and thrown in a Russian prison.
So he wasn't a good spy to begin
He
with.
wasn't a good spy. Like, Brittany Griner.
We didn't lose anything.
Brittany Griner is the best WNBA player.
And they got a mediocre spy because he got caught.
And they got a mediocre spy. Like, who you gonna send home? Either the greatest, not the greatest, because I don't, either the best WNBA player that we have right now, or an average spy who can't go back to spying.
Right.
Yeah, you can't go back to spying, right? Like, once
you're caught, your career is over.
Yeah, once you're caught as a spy, you're done. You are, it's a wrap.
So you had one job.
As a spy, you had one job, not be found out. So yeah, so I've been back and forth on how I feel about it, because I do think, damn, we traded a spy for a pothead. I mean, we traded an arms dealer for a pothead. Like, that ain't fair. But a buddy of mine said this on his social media, and I thought, you know what, he's absolutely right. We are human. And as human, we can hold 2 opposing thoughts and still be okay. So I can have the thought that I'm happy that Brittany Griner came home. However, because my mama ain't no hoe.
You love your mama.
You say what?
I said you love your mama.
I do love my mama. My mama was mad at me for like 2 weeks. No, longer than that. My mom was mad at me about a month, and just would not answer the phone when I called, because she thought I was trying to set her up.
Did you pop up?
No, I didn't pop up, because, did I pop up? No, I waited for the opportunity to be like, no, we gonna talk. Because I was like, are you really not talking to me? I want to be on one. Oh, did I do this last week? I didn't. Do I do this here?
I mean, you have to now.
Here's what I'll say here. For those of y'all who know me personally, and you know that I was dealing with some things with my sister, good news, she's better. Yeah. Now, don't inbox me going, oh, what's going on? If you don't know me, then it ain't none of your goddamn business.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but if you didn't know before, and this is how you're finding out, you're clearly not cool enough.
I also found out via text that my big baby is having a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, but via text.
I mean, it's the world we live in today.
She texts me, hey, doing this, and this. Oh, by the way.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be the first thing in the text message.
No, she was asking me to take photos. Hey, can you take pictures of us? I was like, cool. She said, let's get it done quickly, though, before I start showing. Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant.
If it's going to be via text message, it's got to be the very first thing you say in the message.
Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant. I was like, I hate you. I called her immediately. I was like, did you really just tell me you were pregnant via text? And she said, I don't know how to tell people stuff.
I mean,
I don't know how to tell people stuff.
it's a big thing.
It is a big thing. It is definitely a big thing.
New little humans.
So, you know what? Jennifer said, it's crazy. Our own media helped Russia leverage Griner from the time she was caught to work conditions that kept. I'm going to say this, and we can get off this Brittany Griner story anyway. I have always said, we saw how Russian operatives played into the 2020 election, excuse me, through social media posts, right? We we later learned that Russian operatives got into social media and started sending out propaganda. Like, that's something that we know happened. I am not far from believing that they were able to do the same in this Brittany Griner situation.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Right, like now that Brittany Griner's in prison,
let's keep pushing it.
let's keep the narrative going, because it's easy for the global United States to forget about a WNBA star who's in prison. Because global United States don't even watch WNBA. Let's be clear about it.
Yeah.
Everybody who was like, yo, bring Brittany home, y'all niggas ain't watching this shit.
Not at all.
The numbers show that they not watching it, right? Like, we know that the WNBA is not getting eyeballs. And I guarantee you this, when she get back,
it'll go up for a little bit.
It'll spike, it'll go up, and then it'll taper off, and hopefully it'll start being profitable. I heard the WNBA ain't even profitable right now.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that the WNBA as a whole, like in certain markets, it's profitable, but it is, once again, I ain't doing no research. It is heavily, we're a news podcast.
We are. We're a news podcast. How?
But it's heavily subsidized.
Subsidized.
There you go, by the NBA. Still, now even though it's its own entity, something said that they're still not making enough money. And where I saw that was an article talking about paying WNBA players more because the NBA players are getting 51% of revenue. The WNBA players are not getting 51% of revenue, but they were saying the WNBA ain't make no money.
So there's no revenue to give them.
Right, there's no revenue to give them. They're just getting these TV deals, hoping it's gonna pop. I'm like,
You think this whole thing is gonna get Russia to watch the WNBA?
Maybe that was the ploy. Here's the question for you: if you're a WNBA player, do you go to Russia?
Not with a weed pen.
But do you go to Russia?
Is there money in Russia?
Yeah.
You gotta go to Russia.
Do you go to Russia for the bag? If Russia
you don't get a choice. You gotta go to Russia. You just double checking all your luggage.
I heard a lot of people say, man, I'm never going to Russia. Like, nigga, you don't even have a passport. Right. You don't even got a passport. Shut your I'm never going to Russia ass up.
People stopped buying Russian vodka for a little bit.
People are stupid. People are stupid. Like, okay, just support is support. But you got to recognize what's not support. And not buying Russian vodka is not going to change anything.
It's not.
They're not going to be
That's not their number one export.
Right. Oh, shit. They're not buying vodka. Send her home. Like, nah, that ain't how it works. Or like when we got mad at France and people stopped eating French fries. And then restaurants.
French fries aren't even French.
Right. And then restaurants started renaming them Freedom Fries. Like, y'all are idiots. Y'all are idiots for real.
They're not even called French fries in France.
Shut up. We don't need.
They're just called those fries.
Hey, thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Look, check it out. We got a lot of shit to talk about on the other side because I want to talk about that R. Kelly album.
Have you heard any of it?
We'll talk about that on the other side. Okay. Also, Pastor Bryant trying to sell weed. I want to talk about those nurses that got fired in Atlanta too at Emory University because I think that is a big news, and a bunch of other shit on that board right there.
Okay.
Y'all can't see that
Y'all
board.
can't see the board.
Y'all can see that board. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, follow. Rest of the show will be up tomorrow on YouTube, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts. I have nothing else. What's going on at Blah this week? I don't know. Black America's working on restocking merchandise, and Blah's happening this week.
No. Not yet. I'm gonna have announcements like in 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Peace out. Oh yeah. Anyway. Peace out, bitches. We are back. Welcome back. World's most amazing podcast, according to the numbers.
Yeah. We're winning. Like, you can't argue with the numbers.
Can't argue with it. Hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So, shit, the numbers say HGG.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to y'all. Like, some of the numbers that I really liked when I saw it was the biggest number was
How many people shared it?
how many people shared it and how many people listened to entire episodes. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, now, we tweaked the episodes a little bit, but, like, we still had a high number of people listening to, like, whole episodes, and we were putting out 2-hour episodes, right? like, yo, okay.
Y'all really rocking with us for 2 whole hours.
It's 2 hours of your day.
That is 1/4 of your work day.
Right. And you up here listening to this shit. Thank you.
But also they should be.
But also they should be. Right.
We're interesting enough.
So shout out to y'all
We're
for that.
news.
We're news. We're listed as a news. Well, we are news though. We talk news. So yeah, we're
Yeah,
news
current
podcast.
events.
Yeah. Man, let's get this thing rolling. We didn't talk about where we were gonna start, so
We did not, just all the things.
all the things. Let's talk all the things. News report. Story number 3. News report.
Okay.
Out of Florida. I just saw it today. I don't know when it happened, but a Florida teacher, basically walked on 2 young Muslim children who were praying. 2 young Muslim students who were praying.
Did you watch the video?
I started. I'll be honest. I didn't watch the whole thing. I know that she said they were doing magic. Mm-hmm. She called it
Y'all
magic.
in my office doing magic.
Yeah. She identifies as a Christian.
It's her prerogative.
Her prerogative. And basically just disrespected these young boys praying. When I saw the headline, I made the assumption.
I did too.
And
then I watched the video. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I made the assumption that she was black. That she was white. Made the assumption that she was white, only to find out she was not white. She was black. And me too, I was like, God damn it.
I always hate it when it's us doing fuck shit.
Had this conversation about Herschel Walker. Popcorn.
Uh-huh. While you're chewing, you want a fun fact?
Go.
What she did was extra disrespectful because you're not supposed to walk in front of a praying person because you're cutting off their connection with God.
Right. No, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
like.
Conversation I had about Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker may be, I won't say he's the first time, but he's one of the first times that I remember in which a black person was in the limelight, and I was very adamant that they don't represent all black people, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes a black person do something and you be like, God damn, like you wear that level of shame because damn.
Maybe I would have, but I don't want to get caught doing it.
Right, like there have been times you'll see a black person on the news and you be like, damn it, that looks bad on us. Not one time did I look at Herschel Walker and go, damn it, that looks bad on us.
Oh, he's not one of us.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
You don't even claim him.
Yeah, I was like, nah. The Vampires and Werewolves story that Herschel Walker told is when I was like, he's a special stupid. Like,
Like, he has to work to be that
right,
stupid.
right, like
Like, that
Thi-
don't come natural. You had to work for that.
this is a byproduct of concussions.
Your mama dropped you on your head.
Right, right, and not football concussions, right? Early on. Anyway, so teacher, I saw the story and I immediately was like, "Yo, I'm not even putting this on Christians, right? I'm putting this on her. Like, she should be fired.
Oh,
She
yeah.
100% should be fired because you do not disrespect somebody's religion. And it would be slightly different, but not a lot different, but slightly different if they were of a religion that she had never heard of, right?
Like,
if
she didn't know what they were doing.
Right. If they were jugglers and that was their religion, right? She was like, "Oh, this is weird." That's even to me, that's slightly different because you're like, "Okay, I don't know what this is," but you knew these niggas was praying because that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like they were. Even Christians get on their knees to pray. Like, I was like, "God damn, she black."
And she kept on talking. Like, she was in the background. Who gave them permission to be in my office? What are they doing? I don't accept this. I'm a Christian. Like, just going off.
It's one of them times where, like, I don't even want her to. I mean, fuck, she shouldn't be working there around kids anyway. But I also want her church to kick her out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, she ain't one of us. Like, people should find out what church she go to and put her church on blast. Like, this what y'all be teaching, Pastor? Like, nah, she ain't one of us. Like, let's make this whole thing. Let's run her up the flagpole the way we would anybody else.
Because, like, I know I got told that I couldn't read Harry Potter books by Pastor Daly.
Shout out to Pastor Daly.
Shout out to Pastor Daly. And, like, my mom went and, like, tore up all of it because it's magic, it's bad. So you're basically equating what you know is an Abrahamic religion
Right.
to witchcraft.
But also, you know what? I say this about every religion, but mostly Christianity because I grew up in Christianity. That is one of those religions in which I feel like the patrons of that religion don't know shit.
Oh, most Christians haven't read the Bible.
Right. Like, most Christians don't know what's in the Bible.
It's like there are unicorns in the Bible. Biblically accurate angels don't look like humans. Like,
Right.
I am very not Christian. I think I've read the Bible twice in its entirety.
So it's that though. It's like, yo, like
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I don't even want to have a conversation with y'all because you're an idiot.
Like, I just saw a post that was talking about, like, if you read the Bible, Jesus was one of the most woke people that you could ever meet, and y'all out here being anti-woke.
I mean,
He was running with the hoes and lepers.
Jesus was running with some fuckboys. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah. His popcorn is okay,
right, I had a couple pieces.
but I'm hungry.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
So whereas it would be a 4, it's like a 6.
Yeah, exactly. Side note, Toosii, rapper who I don't know, said on stage, "Yo, everybody kept telling me Houston had the prettiest girls in the world, and I see now they wasn't lying. Houston has the prettiest girls in the world." Like, he said that several times, right?
Okay.
And I guess one of his taglines is "Pretty girls love Toosii," right? Because he kept saying, "Who the pretty girls love?" And then he would say, "Y'all say pretty girls love Toosii," or whatever. So that was a thing, right? So we're leaving the concert, and my son is walking behind some woman with her ass out, and he says, "Toosii was right." And I said,
This child is what, 13?
15. And I said, "Right about what?" And he said, "Houston has the prettiest girls in the world." And I went, "Where else have you been?" Where?
It's like, you ever been to Jamaica?
And he said, I've been to San Antonio.
And you're like, fair.
And I said, your mama been to San Antonio too, nigga. So, no, I was like, okay, that don't count. Where else have you been? He was like, I've been to Vegas. I've been to, he said, Tampa. And I was like, yeah. So let me tell you. Houston does not have the prettiest girls in the world. I said, I wouldn't even say Houston has the prettiest girls in the United States. That means collectively, I said, in the world, in all the countries I've been to, Atlanta takes the cake.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Atlanta and then D.C.
I hear Atlanta's also hella gay.
So that came up in conversation with Anthony. Atlanta is not as gay as people portray it to be. Now, is there a large gay population there? Yes. But
how many of them are women?
Oh, a lot.
So what you're telling me is...
Oh, yeah. What I'm telling you
I need to go to Atlanta.
You need to... We should go to Atlanta.
We should go to Atlanta.
We should go to Atlanta.
HGG goes to Atlanta?
HGG goes to Atlanta. That is...
So we're just going to have an HGG goes.
Right. It'd be a separate, like, it'll be bonus episodes.
Okay.
HGG goes. So I'll tell you this. First weekend when I moved to Atlanta, first weekend I'm there, there was only one Taco Cabana in Atlanta, right? But I'm away from home, and I'm like, oh shit, it's a Taco Cabana here. So I go Sunday night to Taco Cabana, and as I pull in, I am getting death stares, right? Just from women in the parking lot, like looking at me sideways and shit. And I call my partner, I say, dude, I just pulled up to this Taco Cabana on whatever street. It was on, whatever, it's on the west side. I was like, I just pulled up to Taco Cabana. He said, wait, tonight? And I said, yeah. He said, oh, nigga, you ain't gonna win. He said, there's a lesbian night over there. So I park.
They have a lesbian night at a Taco Cabana?
I get out the car. I am not exaggerating when I say this. This is not hyperbole. This is me telling you exactly what it was. There were probably, in the parking lot, all around, there were probably 200 women just hanging out. And I put this on everything I love. I was the only dude that I saw, minus maybe like two dudes in the kitchen. There were no dudes there. So when I pull in, I jump out thinking, oh shit, yeah, like, you know, and I had just got there, so I had like I was driving a Mitsubishi Galant with the tent, had the sound in it, so I'm the shit with Texas license plates. So I'm the shit till I realized, oh, not here. And it was some beautiful women ignoring me. You know what? Not even ignoring me. I can't even say they were ignoring me. It was beautiful women, and I didn't exist anywhere in their orbit. Like, they didn't even see me to ignore me. Like, yeah, I could have been a ghost. Yeah.
Taco Cabana in Atlanta.
I don't know if this was, yeah, I don't know if it's still that, but when I first
try
went,
it. I gotta try it.
I was like, yo. And my partner was like, you ain't gonna win. And sure enough, I was looking around like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not. This ain't it. But people say Atlanta's hella gay. It has pockets, but I don't know, like, I could move through Atlanta at that point in my life. I could move to Atlanta, and once I got situated and was there, like, I could still be around really toxic dudes who said really anti-gay shit in, you know, like, because those are my friends. But I could also move to Atlanta and not see anybody who was openly gay. Like, I mean, you don't know what people do in the privacy of their home, but like, you wouldn't, like, I ain't see a whole bunch of rainbows. You would see just niggas doing nigga shit.
Okay.
And maybe they suck a dick late at night, but around us, they be like, ooh, like, yeah. Ooh.
But no, that's also something I heard, that like a lot of niggas are on the down low.
Right. Atlanta, the first chick I dated in Atlanta, asked me the first night we went out, had I ever messed with a dude? And I was like, I was offended. I was like, what? Fuck no. And she was like, man, this is Atlanta. You gotta
ask.
And I was like, really? And she was like, yes, you gotta ask. And sure enough, as time progressed, it became a regular question. Like women be like, have you ever messed with a dude? Watching your reaction, right? Like,
you can protest, but not too much.
right, right. You got there's ways to protest, but if you lose it, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna go ahead and go home. I don't trust that. Anyway, back to this shit.
Right.
So looks like though they did fire the teacher. Reports said they let her go. So shout out to that. For real, if y'all find out what church you go to, DM me. I'll write our pastor a letter. Tell him his parishioners on some fuck shit. That's what the letter say. Your parishioners are on some fuck shit. Assalamu alaikum. That's all I got.
Salam.
Speaking of getting fired, man. There was a TikTok that went viral of a group of nurses speaking on what their icks were. Basically the thing, minor things that you don't like. So there was a group of nurses speaking on these minor things that they don't like. Unfortunately, these nurses decided to put this shit on social media. Thing one. Thing two, unfortunately, these nurses work in a maternity labor and delivery unit of a hospital. Unfortunately, thing three, this shit went viral. And they have since been terminated by their employer.
You don't talk shit about patients on social media. I didn't actually watch the video too, so I didn't see what the icks were.
Some of them were, most of them were, they were mild. Like one of the icks was, we keep telling the patient just push the call button and we'll come to you. But every time I look up, she's
Standing
at the
up.
nurse's station. One of the icks was baby daddy asking me directly outside the door how soon he can get a paternity test. One of the icks was baby daddy having two babies being born at the same time in the same hotel, in the same hospital. So he's now trying to bounce room to room to see which baby's coming out first. Like,
oh shit.
right. Are these
So like not outwardly disrespectful.
not out? Some of them were like, basically the patients being annoying and shit like that, right? But nothing that was overtly like disrespectful, in my opinion. In my opinion, nothing to get fired for. Like, fired?
No, I don't think they should have gotten fired.
I think we're,
Reprimanded, yeah. Told to take it down, yeah.
well, once it goes viral, though, can you take it down? Because once somebody,
You can remove the original source. but
right,
It's out there.
once it's out there, it's out there. So the original source can go away, but
People have copies.
yeah. But no, the reason I posted it up here wasn't really talk about them as much as it was. I think we're in a weird place where cancel culture is now touching everybody, right?
It's affecting people's livelihoods.
But like cancel culture used to be heavily hitting superstars or people who had visibility, right? But now we're canceling people with regular jobs, right? Like these women, granted they're nurses, they can all go somewhere and get another job, but I don't know how this is going to affect their holidays, right? Like that.
They may not get another job before the holidays are over.
Right. Like it's, I don't agree with always firing somebody. I don't agree with always somebody losing their job behind a mistake. Because this is a mistake, right? Like you,
Oh, yeah,
you didn't
definitely.
think this through, but you
They
also
were just playing around.
you also didn't think this was gonna go viral. And so, right, you're just playing around. You didn't say any patient's name in particular. If you work on a labor and delivery unit, those patients, any patient that is there now, won't be back for at least another 6 to 9 months. Yeah.
Okay.
They're delivering a baby. Like,
Yeah. I was like preemies.
You may. That's why I said 6 to 9. Like, you still got to give them time to get pregnant, and maybe 6 months out they may be back. But yeah, like, this isn't. I don't know. I saw the story and I was like, yo, why are we firing
And
people?
it clearly went viral because it was relatable. Like.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Fire people for disrespecting religion. Don't fire them for doing dumb shit on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't think.
Because it wasn't malicious.
Don't fire them for disrespecting religion, disrespecting someone's race. Just like those things to me are fireable offenses. But when you do some shit like this is just.
You complain about your job.
Right.
Everyone complains about their job.
Everybody complains about their job. Like, it's even as much as I like my job, it's moments when I be like, man, fuck this shit. People can kiss my ass. And then I'll be like, oh, but I'm gonna go hang out and sit at a cigar bar all day, like, cause I'm also doing this. Like, I can do both. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, it was one of those situations where I was like,
has cancel culture gone too far?
oh, definitely. First of all, it's not real. I always say cancel culture, but for celebrities, cancel culture isn't real. But now
for real people,
it's affecting
their real jobs.
Right, and so yes, it's gone too far in that regard because it's real people losing real jobs. Like when it was celebrities not being able to host the Oscars,
people being mad at them for a little bit.
Right,
they're still making their royalties. They're
Are
still
we
getting
still
money.
mad at Kevin Hart?
We were mad at Kevin Hart?
Yeah, we were mad at Kevin Hart for an old tweet. Remember, that's why he didn't do the Oscars because.
Oh shit!
That old tweet
I
about
wasn't mad at Kevin Hart.
About his son being gay, which was hilarious and disrespectful. But so what?
It can be disrespectful as long as it's hilarious.
I'm gonna ask this question to you. Oh, do I ask this? Man, if this once this podcast blows up, we're gonna have to delete a lot of
episodes.
Here's the question. What community is the most sensitive? The Jews or the LGBTQ community?
You can't call them the Jews.
Why can't you call it? They're not the Jews?
They're not the Jews. Jewish people.
I mean, if I said the blacks, can I say the blacks?
Yes.
Or the African Americans?
Yes.
I mean, I'm talking about the group, right? I can't say the Jews.
I don't know. I just feel like it's disrespectful. I don't know. I need to ask a Jew.
Is that a new segment?
See?
What group is more sensitive? Jews? Oh, not Jews. I'm sorry. Not. Sorry with the air quotes. Sorry. Take the air quotes down. What group is more sensitive? Jews or LGBTQ?
I'm going to say LGBTQ.
Okay.
I give Jewish people a little more leeway because they had to go through some shit.
Oh.
Like, discrimination against Jewish people has literally led to the death of millions. So.
Facts.
Like, not saying like discrimination against LGBTQIA plus individuals has also led to like hundreds of deaths, but not on a mass government organized scale.
Right. Right.
So.
Oh, do we do this here? I'll let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's like, so yeah, like we couldn't get married for a while, but we also didn't lose our loved ones to gas chambers.
Okay.
So I feel like Jewish people have more reason, and because they have more reason, I give them leeway with their sensitivity.
Okay. Okay. As someone who is not a member of either community, I'm gonna say it. I don't know. Like, okay. As someone who's not a member of either community, I still, with anybody, I still try to move with the sense of, you know, what you do is your business, like, or how you, like, who you are is who you are. Like, I'm not gonna speak out against you because of your ethnicity, your gender, your sexual orientation, any of that, right? The thing that I often question is how those communities affect communities I am a member of, right? And do
There are
I
gay
see
black people.
no, they're gay Jews. I mean gay Jews, and they're black Jews. they're black Jews. But how do those communities as a whole speak out against injustices for people who aren't of their community but are being oppressed, right? Like, did GLAAD or the Anti-Defense League say anything as a statement when George Floyd was killed? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way.
they?
I don't know. But that's the way I look at those organizations. Like, I'm not a part of your protected community, but where do y'all stand in issues of oppression with the communities that I am a part of?
Gotcha.
Right, like
are we all oppressed in this together?
right. And yes, we are. Like we're all suffering from oppression in our own individual way, but we're all being oppressed.
So it's like, do you stand up against oppression or just stand up against anti-gay or anti-Semites?
Right. And a buddy of mine who I will not name for fear of, if y'all knew who he was, y'all would go after him extensively. But he said something to me, and I was like, yo, he is a Hebrew Israelite, and he was talking about, I can't call them the Jews. He was talking about Jews, right? I don't know why I said Jews like that. That's got to be real careful. He was talking about Jewish people, and he said, when all of this stuff hit the fan with Kyrie, Kanye, and we started bringing up black oppression, people started saying, well, this isn't the oppression Olympics. Like, you don't have to compare oppression.
It's not a competition.
And he said, it's not a competition, but we have to understand that blacks have been oppressed within this country for hundreds of years.
It wasn't
and the Holocaust, this is him speaking, not me, I'm just re-saying this, the Holocaust was about a 10-year window. And I went, oh. No, I didn't Google. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how long the Holocaust lasted.
It wasn't hundreds of years, though.
But I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, so. Then he said some other shit that I will not say on this podcast. And I was like,
don't want to have to take down the whole episode.
Nah, shit, hey, we took down one episode. I ain't taking down two. I still have that episode somewhere. No, I don't, Nate. I'm playing. I do not have that episode anywhere.
Okay, the episode's gone.
Yeah. So yeah, that in itself though, back to what we initially was talking about, I don't know that those nurses should have been fired. I think they should have been somehow reprimanded, but firing is a bit much.
Sensitivity training, whatever.
Yeah. Like, and just
public apology, maybe, since they're viral.
Don't make a TikTok. Stop putting shit on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or any other social media platform that I don't know exists right now because I only know those. Something has to come next though, right? Or Twitter. I forgot about Twitter. Yeah, Twitter.
I mean, Twitter's dying, so.
I don't. Yeah, it is though. While we're in the space of firing and losing their job, I don't know that we talked about it on the show, but Tampa Bay Chief of Police, woman, Chief of Policeman, woman, Chief of Police. Doesn't matter if she's a woman, right?
It doesn't. Chief of Police.
Yeah, Chief of Police. Tampa Bay got pulled over while her husband was driving. Huh?
Chieftess?
Chieftess?
I don't know. Is there a female version of chief?
No, because she's still Chief of Police.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Side note, lioness is not real.
Wait, what?
Lioness is not real.
What do you mean it's not real?
Lioness is not real.
They're all just lions?
They're all just lions. Lion is the animal. Lioness just came about in the past, like, recent years.
Really? Because, like, you know, like, there's a buck and there's a doe. There is, like, the cow and there's the bull. There's the mare and there's the stag.
Yeah. Lions are just lions. And recently, in the past, like, in my lifetime, it became, oh, female lions are lioness. Yeah.
Huh. I guess it's been since I've been alive.
Back to what we're saying. The chief of police in Tampa Bay got pulled over. Her and her husband were driving a golf cart on a public street. The police pulled him over and was like, yo, nigga, what you doing? And she was in the passenger seat and said, yo, buddy, do you know me? And he was like, nah, not really. And she was like, oh, I'm the chief of police of Tampa Bay. And he was like, bitch, I thought you looked familiar. And she showed her badge, and he was like, you know what, y'all good.
See, here's what got me, though. Before that,
Yeah.
is your camera on?
She said, is your camera on? So first things first, that video gets released and then goes public, goes worldwide, and it going nationwide. She has now resigned from her job.
Yeah. She was making good money, too.
Chief of police is not a job that you can just bounce from to other jobs.
No, like,
Yeah, like,
you got to work your way up to chief of police or be appointed chief of police.
so video gets traction, it goes public, and she has now since resigned. I'm going to say this. This is a perfect example of not knowing how to nigga correctly. You in the car. You get pulled over. You ask the cop, is your camera on? When he says yes, you take the ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing else. Matter of fact, it's your husband driving. You lean back so the camera isn't on you, and you take the ticket. Because I think,
Because why else? Why ask the question?
right, is your camera on? Yes. Simple as that. And in the moment of, because I don't think the incident happened in Tampa Bay. She was just the Tampa Bay chief. So as the Tampa Bay chief, the next day, you call the chief of whatever city this is in and
Then
say,
you get it taken care of.
hey, chief, help me out here. Oh, don't worry about it. It won't even make the books. We're good. But she don't know how to nigga correctly.
She tried to Karen.
She tried to
tried to
Karen
Karen.
when she should have tried to nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, because had she tried to nigga, she would have just been like, you right. Y'all aren't even on the same level. You're the chief of police. This nigga's a foot soldier. Like, you shouldn't be making deals with him.
Yeah, now you wait, you bide your time.
Yeah, you let your husband take this bullshit ass ticket and y'all going about your day. And then tomorrow, chief of police, you call chief of police and be like, you don't even call the chief. You tell your assistant to call the police and call the other chief and get him on the line. Hey, Stacy, call the chief of police of this town. I need to talk to him. Oh, yeah, whoop-de-whoop. We'll be by for dinner tomorrow. No
Yeah.
big deal. I'm going to send you a bottle of wine or a box of chocolates or whatever white people send each other when they're at that level.
Kale?
Kale.
Is it kale?
It might be kale. It definitely might be kale. Like, who knows? Like, it's kale.
It's kale.
It's kale.
But no, she definitely, like, she just fucked up.
Yeah.
The minute he said yes, I'm just sitting here, why'd you ask the question?
Right. You
Like,
don't. But you're
Are
right.
you getting video evidence of me right now? Okay, let me not do the dumb shit.
I didn't think about that though. Yeah, she Karen'd when she should have been trying to nigga. That's the problem.
Yeah, she's like, I am a white woman with power.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of kale, transition.
Is this really about kale?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of kale. R. Kelly dropped an album.
Have you heard any of it?
I did not.
there have been, because I'm on TikTok a lot. There have been a bunch of different TikToks that have taken like little snippets, but like just enough where like ain't nobody getting paid for it because
Right.
it's only a few seconds.
Well, so I found out that this actually was an album that, or this, most of these songs actually dropped in, before the trial. Like most of these songs dropped like I think in '08.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, this isn't even a new album. This album dropped in '08 or somewhere around that time frame. And in it dropping, it got pulled for other reasons. It didn't, like, these songs were released, but they never came out as a project. It gets pulled, it gets dropped now under the title I Admit It. Sony has since come out and said that they didn't release it. It wasn't released under them. R. Kelly has since come out through his people and said he didn't release it.
So it was leaked.
Somebody leaked it to the DSPs. Immediately, or within a few hours, I guess, because when I saw it was released, I immediately went to Apple Music like, this can't be real. And it was there, and I was like, oh shit, it's real. And then I went to Tidal, and I was like, oh shit, this is real.
Oh, it
Like,
was out there.
it was out. It was officially out. And then Apple, Tidal, and Spotify pulled it. So that's why the story is up here, because this is what I want to talk about.
Did they listen to the songs and then they pulled it?
I don't know. I questioned why pull it. R. Kelly should be able to drop an album. Maybe not from prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know what the rules are in Illinois. So he's in Illinois, New York, wherever he's arrested. I don't know what the rules are. But if he can record an album, or if he has music in the tuck, he should be able to drop an album. And
We shouldn't listen to it, but he should be allowed to.
he should be allowed to put it out. And all of those DSPs, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, if they got moral and remove this album, then who decides the morality, right? If you can,
You're starting to police music.
Right.
You are policing free speech.
if you can keep albums up that, if you're gonna pull R. Kelly's album for this, then there are tons of rap albums that you have to pull. Like, you have to pull LL Cool J's Big Old Butt. Because he went to the high school around 3 o'clock to try to catch a cutie to ride his jock. Like, this nigga admits to going to the high school to pick up a chick. You got to pull Belle Biv DeVoe Poison. Backstage, underage, adolescent.
Damn.
That's the line. She likes to do the wild thing.
Mario, what your name is?
You may have to pull Keith Sweat. You may be young, but you're ready.
Oh, you definitely have to.
Well, it depends on how young is young, right? You may be young. If I'm 40 and she's 20, you may be young, but you're ready. Niggas be disgusting, man.
I'm sitting here like, damn.
So yeah,
No, one of my favorite songs, like Mario says, I may be only 15, but that don't mean I can't be here talking to you.
oh yeah. There's a song by NWA. I think it's on Niggas for Life album, where they talk about basically gang raping the preacher's daughter. It's an actual song on the album where, I can't remember. Either Dre or Ren, MC Ren, he's part of NWA. He's a rapper from the West Coast.
Thank you.
I know you had no idea who Ren was. She was like, Ren and
You-
Stimpy?
I was like, you didn't have to tell the people.
Yeah. Either Dre or Ren, though, rap about being at the movies on a date, being at the drive-in on a date, and going to get popcorn. Like, this is the verses. Like, they get out to go get popcorn. see one of their homies in another car, and they go to that car to realize that the dudes in that car are fucking some girl. So he joins in, and then he says, looks over the back seat, and she's only 15, and it's the preacher's daughter. Like, which I'm thinking was a dig at preacher's kids.
Uh-huh.
But nigga, you just rapped about statutory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was it also just rape in general because she ain't consent to you? Like, she may have
Right.
consented to the other people in the car, but she ain't consent to you.
Right. Which is an issue too. Yeah,
like,
if she consented to 6 dicks and all 6 dicks came through and then a 7th dick showed up like, oh, let me get in on this. Nah, son.
Nah, like,
She had a 6 dick limit.
she had a lineup,
She had a lineup.
and you came in from another team. Just
You don't even know, you don't play on this team, boy. Go somewhere else.
she just wanted to put his ball in the hoop.
So yeah, I had an issue with the morality of them taking R. Kelly's album down, but then later, like, everybody denied that they even put it up. So somebody was like, "Fuck it, we gonna put this R. Kelly album out." Somebody needed a check. So I don't know who was getting who thought they were getting a check.
But somebody was.
Somebody thought they was getting a check.
They thought they could just slide it onto these platforms.
Right, and it'll play, and they'll get something from it, because everybody has denied. Like I said, Sony and R. Kelly's team said, "Yo, this wasn't us." R. Kelly's team said something like, "Why would I drop an album called I Admit It when I'm out here fighting for my freedom?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that was a poor album title choice." Unless unless the other side of this is somebody really wants to make sure he stays buried.
Hey.
And so this is how you make sure you keep this in the forefront. So like, yeah, this nigga's nuts.
Like I think it's one of because there's a couple of I'll Admit It songs, and one of it says, "I've been with women old and young." How they call that pedophile?
Oh, I heard that.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
nigga. Yeah.
like you can be singing that shit to yourself in your cell. But
But okay, whereas I am anti R. Kelly, I stand by this though. You cannot. So, digital DSPs, the digital service providers, Spotify, Apple, anybody who puts music up, they cannot be morality police. They cannot police morality because there's so. I mean, like, not just the songs we were talking about, but like, you got all these songs about black people killing black people.
yeah.
Like when does that come down? Like, who decides? Dudes talking about trafficking work. Jeezy has whole songs where he says he was moving work across state lines.
yeah.
Like,
Like
do we take that down?
all the country music talk about drinking and driving.
Yeah, like it's. There was a song the other day. We're gonna get off this music shit, but there was a song the other day that I was like, I never realized how creepy that was. Shit.
Was it by Luther Vandross?
It was. Shit. Not that song.
Thought About You.
No, it was.
Really? Because that is my favorite creepy one.
What's the words that Thought About You?
Fuck.
It was a-
all because I think about you. Bought a pillow from my room. I thought about you.
Oh yeah, that is creepy. I remember that song. Yeah. No, it was another song. Shit. I'm gonna find it. We'll talk about it next week.
Miss.
Yeah. So Luther's creepy.
Luther's hella creepy.
Yeah, Luther might be hella creepy.
But also, like, wasn't Luther hella gay? Maybe he's just like, this is how straight men talk.
Possibly, because you're right. Luther was gay, but Luther was undercover gay because you couldn't be public gay back then.
Exactly. So
Right.
he's like, this is straight. This is what a straight man would say, right?
Have you ever seen a gay dude trying to be straight?
In real life, no.
Oh, it's hilarious. I have. Like my my line brother is I don't know what happens when you die. He was gay when he died, so is he still gay now? Yes, my line brother's gay. In gay heaven. Shout out to him.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope
But
I go
anyway,
to gay heaven.
he for years he would he would just have to fake it. So he would do stuff and be like, "Yo, I look straight," and I'm like, "No, nigga, you don't. You do not look straight."
Just walk up and be like, hey, man,
Yeah.
titties.
But you know what else though? My line brother kept a bad chick on his roster. Kept a bad chick on his roster all the goddamn time. And I'd be like, nigga, how you keep putting these? Like they knew, like they was just, what do you call
They're
it? Beards.
non-threatening, beards,
Yeah,
yeah.
like they knew that he was
Because
gay.
he's non-threatening.
Man, he would keep like anytime he had functions to go to, because he still wasn't out to the world.
He probably helped her pick out her outfit.
Man, I'd be like, dude, what? I mean, can I hit though? Like how does
Right.
this work? Like you not fucking. Like what are we doing with this? It would be chicks all the time, be like, hey, what's up with your partner? I'm like, yeah, you gotta shoot your own shot. Like I can't even assist you in this shit. Let's move on though, because I do want to hit some of these stories before we close out, because there's a lot. Hold on. We'll talk about you don't even know what that last thing
The
is.
WIR,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. But let's talk about this. There was a story that went viral. A woman was trying to join the Navy. Did you see the?
I did. I saw it.
A woman was trying to join the Navy, and they posted a picture,
She came with her own ship.
and she had that thing.
Yeah.
Like, so in the photo, woman trying to join the Navy, you can look up woman tries to join Navy and picture goes viral. This woman, there are 4 people in the picture, 3 dudes and this woman on the end. And
they put her on the end on purpose.
I don't know if they put on the end on purpose, but they put on the end, and that thing was stinging. That whole, like, it was, that ass was nice.
It was very nice.
That ass was nice. But
You said Navy, right?
yeah.
Does it serve as a flotation device? Is that what?
Okay, the fact that it went viral, I'm like, we are horrible as people.
Oh, yeah.
Because this woman is celebrating this milestone in her life where she's about to do a thing.
Yeah.
And we're like, but that ass though. But that ass though.
We celebrating 2 monumental things.
But that ass though. Where is it?
It's like, I don't know her as a person, but I can see her.
Right. Right. Like, yeah.
It's like, I don't know, she may be a terrible person.
So I'm asking you this because as we were looking for stories, this popped up, and I was like, I'm gonna ask Mecca this. First of all, hold on, let me back up, because there are several things here. I'm looking at stories, and then this list popped up, which is where I'm about to ask you this question. But on the list, there was, those quizzes you can take through BuzzFeed or whoever.
Yeah.
I don't. This wasn't a BuzzFeed quiz, but one of those type quizzes. The quiz said, "Am I gay?" Test. And I went, fuck it, I'm taking it. Like, I'm taking it. I don't care.
Are you gay?
It ended up being which gay character am I, and not am I gay. And I ended up being some cartoon character. I don't know. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I was like, it kept, like, as I scrolled, it kept popping up. I was like, is somebody trying to tell me something?
Or somebody's trying to figure out something.
No. I can tell you right now, in Mecca's belief, gay is a spectrum, and
Yes.
everybody's a little bit gay.
Except for Dominique.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
She is probably the straightest human that I know.
Well, I was straight until what was it that made me not as straight?
You'd have sex with a man who identified as a man but was still like all woman presenting.
Facts. If she has titties in a box, but she says I don't know why I did this. This is disrespectful right here.
You gotta stop that.
This is
You gotta-
disrespectful.
We are on video.
This
Like, they
is
can see it.
disrespectful. If he has titties and a box, I'd still hit. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a little gay.
We was in a barbershop the other day, and make this long story short, there was a kid there whose mom had dropped him off, and he was there. My barber's like, his mama dropped him off like 3 hours ago, right? Which is crazy because my barber shop does appointments, so she knew. she knew this
Was
nigga's
his appointment 3 hours later?
Nah, she dropped him off at like 4 for a 4 o'clock appointment. And because I was still, so she dropped him off. I'm gonna say this, she probably dropped him off at like 2 for a 2 o'clock appointment.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got there at 5, his haircut was over. He was just hanging out.
So what she did was she got a free babysitter.
Right. Anyway, he was like, yeah, but I think his mom is at my barbershop. My barber is not politically correct. So he was like, I think his mom is I can't even say the word, the D word. And I went, oh, okay.
Rhymes with Pike.
Yeah, that word. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so I'm in the chair, and his mom walks in, and he goes, yeah, here she go right here. And he sits me up and turns me around, and his mom is masculine presenting.
Okay.
I would say she was probably lesbian just by her look. I'm like, oh, yeah, she probably lesbian. And he says, but she turned around, though. And as she turned, I was like, oh, yeah. I'd hit. And then.
You a little gay. Was that the question? I don't know if that was a question.
Yeah.
But that's the answer.
Yeah. I'm a little gay. Because I'd hit. There was a period, I can't believe I'm about to admit this. There was a period where me and my cousin would openly shoot at, I told my cousin I would openly shoot at I don't like the word stud, so a masculine presenting lesbian. Mm-hmm. Even if she was 100% lesbian. If she was cute, I don't see anything wrong with shooting my shot. And to this day, I stand by that. I mean, I'm not.
As long as you're not disrespectful with it.
Yeah, like, hey, ma, what the thing like? Like, I don't think that's disrespectful the first time. I think you could get that off the first time. Hey, ma, what that thing like the first time. After that, it's harassment. But the first time, it's a legit question. Hey, ma, what that thing like? I'm trying to pull that off later. I might write that.
Let me know how that works.
I'm gonna write that in the poem. I'm gonna write that in the poem for Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, ma, what that thing like? Anyway, where were we at? What the fuck were we talking about?
Ass.
Oh, shout out to the shorty's ass. No, I asked you. Oh, no. Right. I was supposed to ask you a question.
Oh, I thought that was the question.
No. This is a would you rather.
Ah, gotcha.
Would you rather oh, shit. Okay. Would you rather walk in on your parents having sex? Did your face just twitch?
Maybe.
Or have your parents walk in on you? And before you answer that, I'm talking any iteration of your parents. I'm talking either your mom and dad, or your dad and any of his wives, or your mom and her husband. Like, when I say parents, I mean any level of parents walk in on you.
Can I pick the iteration of parents?
Or you walk in on them?
Can I pick the iteration of parents?
No, I'm going to make this even better.
There's one that I'm vehemently opposed to.
I'm going to make this even better. Would you rather walk in on all of your parents having sex at once? All of them, all iterations of your parents. It's like this group orgy. So your dad, he's been married, what, twice?
Like 5 times.
Okay, your dad and all 5 of his wives. Your mom been married how many times? Once?
3.
Oh, your mom's been married, and all 3 of her husbands. in a wild, would you rather walk in on that or have them walk in on you
All of them?
at once? It's your 30th birthday and they came to surprise you.
I'd rather walk in on them.
Really?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If I walk in on them, I can walk out.
Okay.
Like, I can immediately abort mission.
Facts.
Yeah, no, like, I can't not make them see me having sex. Like, but I can try to block that shit out.
No, that's therapy. That is therapy. That is lots and lots of therapy.
You want to know something real gross that happened to me that I probably should talk about in therapy?
Oh, God, what?
I was on the computer, like, IMing with my father,
Yeah.
right? Like, just instant messaging back and forth on Yahoo Messenger. My mama walks in the room. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm talking to my dad." She's like, "Ask him about the vanilla ice cream." My ass was like, "Mama asked about the vanilla ice cream." And he responds, "I still have the video." And I'm like, why would you tell your child this? Either one of you.
I got questions now.
I hope I don't have answers.
You were young.
I was young. I was like middle school age.
We can't do this here, but I kind
Okay.
of want to know if your dad still has the video. Like,
Don't want to.
not that I want to see it. No, be clear, I don't want to see it. But
Oh.
like, how long do you hold the video?
I don't know. I don't even know what it had to be. What VHS?
Right. Right. So, because here's the next.
Or like
Okay.
those little recorder
The
tapes.
small VHS.
Yeah.
But because here's the question I have. Like, right, you have it on VHS somewhere. It's in a box. You don't think about it. You move. It's still in the
box
box.
just comes with you.
The box just comes with you. At some point, is that box at his house now?
I may ask him.
Because that would be hilariously problematic, though, right? Because if you're, and I'm not even talking about your dad now in this situation, your new wife finds box and goes, "Huh, what is this?" And before even playing it, she says, "What is this?" And you go, "Oh, you can throw that away." And now she's curious, well, what's on
Well,
it?
what, yeah.
No, you can throw that away for real. Like, just throw it away. If she does not throw it away and goes out and gets a VCR,
VCR, yeah.
do they still make those? I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Where would you get one from? Anyway, but she goes out and plays it.
Or now there's places that can turn VCRs into DVDs.
Whose fault is that?
Oh, it's hers.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, if you're like, I've found random shit that I forgot existed
Right.
just because, like, it's been in a box that has come with me.
Right.
And so, like, at that point, like, I don't even know that I have it. And if I told you to throw it away immediately, I wasn't like, "Yo, put that back." Like,
when me and my wife at the time, I think we were separated or divorced. Chick I was dating was at my apartment freely. Like, I was like, I gotta go somewhere. You're here. She opens a drawer and finds, hear me out. She finds in a drawer a card that I had given to my wife that said, "I know we're going through a lot, but hopefully, you know, this will pass," or some shit. "Love you forever," right?
okay. Why's she going through your drawers?
And clearly, if I gave the card to her and I now have it back,
It clearly didn't work
it
out.
didn't work. She was pissed. And I initially was like trying to explain my way out of that, and then went, "You know what? If you're going to be mad over there. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're mad right now." Like, yeah.
I don't know. I'd be mad if you going through my drawers.
Yeah. I think I've had like maybe in my dating life, I've had like maybe 3 or 4 women like go through my stuff looking for a thing. Like, that's happened 3 or 4 times. Like, women will go through my stuff looking for a thing, and then in them not finding it, or and then finding it. Like, they may find it. Like, I don't know. Like, old me would lie. Like, young, like 20-year-old me would lie. And then I got older and was like, I was just fucking them girls. I was gonna get right back, or whatever Jay-Z said. It's been real fun.
Anything else you want to hit for relief?
Not really. Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
I did kind of want to talk about that police officer in, he's now in Floresville.
Floresville.
There was a cop in San Antonio. Fuck him for life. This cop once gave a feces sandwich to a homeless man, and he in him doing that, he lost his job, but he filed a petition with the union, got his job back, and then shit in the women's restroom and purposely didn't flush it, and also smeared brown stuff on the walls, which tells me this cop has a shit fetish.
Right, like that
Like-
was my first thought.
Yeah, like
It's
this-
why are you so obsessed with shit?
Right.
Why is shit your go-to?
And then he lost his job with the SAPD. He is currently working, though, back in policing with the goddamn Floresville Police Department. This story just hit the wire, so I don't know what can be done, but because we now know that he's working in Floresville, I hope he get fired from there too. Like that dude should not
I
be a
hope
cop.
he gets fired before he puts shit somewhere.
I hope he gets, yeah, that too. But like, man, that's the whole story. Y'all can look that shit up. I didn't give a fuck, and I don't really care about Elon getting booed. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, it happens. I don't think I got nothing else, man.
Huh?
It's been a fun show.
Good times, fun stuff.
Yeah.
Keep the crowd listening.
Hey, y'all rocked with us for all of 2022, and I love that.
Now get your friends.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. I was working on us having a new location. I don't know what that's looking like anymore, but I'm still working on us having a little new location somewhere. So if you got a building I can come shoot it, we can come shoot in, let me know. Shit, a garage. I'll come shoot in your garage as long as I don't got to. As long as I can paint the wall blue. What else we got? We got anything else? Mecca's going to announce something in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't think I got anything else. Shit. No. Peace out, bitches.